we are officially less than 2 months away from the marathon. I don't know what week it is. Still have no idea. Let's see, what happened this week? I did not cross train at all. So last week, after being super awesome and doing some cross training, I didn't even do a melt class this week. So I did no melts, I did no Pilates, I did no HIIT or cardio, or like not cardio, but HIIT strength or anything like that. Strength training, whatever. And I think that was a really poor choice. And let me tell you why. So let's see, on Wednesday, I did a 5-mile run. It was fine. Like it was cool. It was fine. Like there was like whatever. It was a 5-mile run. Like those are like nothing to me now. It's just like you just go out, you do them, call it a day, and like be like, oh cool, made it, and then drink some Gatorade. Then on Friday, I did a 6-mile run. And I was out by my in-laws, which is like a little higher elevation than here. And like not a whole lot higher elevation, mind you. And I started feeling that, and so I did 6 miles, and it was just like not a great run. Like my feet were really sore, and like they were sore at the very beginning. And my legs were tired, and I was just like, whatever, it's 6 miles. Who cares? Like I can do 6 miles. I know I can do 6 miles. But my knees were not happy. Like my knees, man, like lately, like I think I need to do way more cross training just for the knee situation that's happening. They're just like, my joints are just so tired. Like I think I need to get a joint supplement because they're just so tired, and like they're just like always tired. So I did that. And then what did I do? I did like nothing else. And then today I went for a 15-miler. We'll just call it a 15-miler because we're not going to call it a run. I ended up running half of it. Maybe, like doubtful. Like maybe we'll call it like 6 miles out of all of it. And I walked the rest. Like I still got the distance in, so I am happy, especially after the conversation I had with Whitney when I didn't do my half marathon. She's like, it's really just about keeping your legs on for that amount of time. But I stopped at like 6 miles, like not on purpose. I stopped at the 6-mile mark, and I just started walking, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to give myself a mile to like recover. Cause like my knees started getting tired, and I was like, I don't want to feel like how I felt at the end of last week's run. And I think that's another part of it, is I think that my body is still recovering from last week's run, and how tired my legs were then. So I don't think that had anything, I don't think that helped at all. Like, I don't feel like I'm running on fresh legs. I feel like my legs are just like, I just feel like they've been beaten, right? It's so funny how like running is like, it just feels so bipolar. Like watch, next week is going to be awesome. So I did that. And then, yeah, so then it took me like, I think my average pace, because I walked like so much of it, was like over 15 minutes a mile. And like, you know what? Who the fuck cares? Like my goal is to finish the marathon without injury. And if I were to have pushed myself today, I can almost guarantee that like I would have done something terrible to myself. So I just kind of had to put my ego aside, and was just like, you know what? Today is the day that we're walking this. Like this is going to be an experience, and I'm just going to do it, and we're going to see what happens, and we're just going to get it done. Like even if, like whatever, like we're just going to get it done. So that's what happened. Like I think like after my 6 miles, after I did like that 1 mile walk to 7 miles, I ran for like a little bit, but I was so thirsty, and I was drinking water. But like during I don't know if you realize this, or like if you've noticed this in your own body, but like when you're running, like cool, but like as soon as I start walking, then I get really thirsty. Like I just start chugging water. And so I think, so then during that mile walk, I was chugging water, and I don't think that helped anything, because then I started walking, or I started trying to run again. And I started getting a side pain, and I was like, oh, that's because I drank too much water. And like I had like the rest of my mini Cliff Bar, like not even a full Cliff Bar, mind you, like it's like a mini one like this, and I had half of it. So yeah, not my best week, but I got the mileage in, and I'm happy about that. Next week is going to be a tricky one because I am going to Hawaii, and the house that I'm from is on really high elevation, 3,000 feet above water. So that's going to be an experience for sure. I'm probably going to end up running on like Tuesday before I leave, and then do like a Thursday run and then a Sunday run. But we'll see how that goes, because these next 2 weeks, the next 3 weeks are going to get kind of brutal, where like my long runs are 16 miles, 18 miles, and then 20 miles. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, like we're hitting that point now, and like, I don't know if it's just because like this is my amateur level. Like, I mean, I did start the marathon at the beginning of this year, right? Like, or I did start running at all, period, at the beginning of this year. So I feel like this is just natural, right? If I started running at the beginning of this year, then like my body clearly isn't used to it. And so like now this is like when it really gets into like that true test of like what my abilities are and like how far I can go and all that sort of determination, and like not even determination, like I'm determined to finish. I'm going to finish. I may have to walk some of it. So be it. It'll still be a personal record for myself. So who cares? Of course, I'm going to have like a whole bunch of like ego battles in the meantime with it, but I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm going to finish. I'm going to have that little medal, and I'm going to be happy. I never thought I was going to run a marathon in my life. So this is more than I could have ever expected. And I think that's another part of it. It's like, I think I went in today with really high expectations. Not even really high expectations, just like expectations. And I think I need to go, and like the runs that I have, the best runs that I've had are ones where I go in with zero expectations. So I think I need to like kind of dial back on that part and just be like, we're going to run, we're going to do what we're going to do, and it's just going to be what it's going to be. So marathon training continues, my friends. It is a journey. So next time I talk to you, I'll be in Hawaii, and I will be letting you know how running the longest distances that I've ever run in high altitude is going to go. I'm not going to say that I have extremely low expectations for this, although I think that is an understatement. But you know what? Again, no expectations. I just kind of have to wipe that slate clean and be like, it's going to be better than what I've done before. So, yeah. See you next week.